Batman 87. I am so happy James Tynion is writing this right now, and that Tom King is off doing some Catwoman Batman miniseries because this is awesome. Let's dive in. Well, welcome back to Longbox Diving, where we explore comics and story arcs pulled from the long box. Now, Batman 87, the second issue of James Tynion's run. Get this out up front. They've swapped Tony Daniel out for a guy named March. Let me pull his Gilliam March. Now, March is great. The art is fantastic. I like it. It's great. It's good art. But, one issue with Tony Daniel and then the second issue with a different artist, that seems a little odd. I don't like that unless it consistency here in a team. Something that I can hey, I like this team, I follow this team, and then, maybe later on switch it up a little bit. I get it. Maybe some fill-ins, I get it. But a fill-in on the second issue seems, come on. But the art was still fantastic. So there's not a lot to complain about here other than the fact that I like some consistency between the teams and just kind of keep it steady. But, man, that's fantastic. We open up and we've got Ed Nickman, Edward Nickman, and he is looking up and looks emaciated, man. He looks like he is messed up. So the Riddler is talking to Penguin, and Penguin's killing all the guys that could ever rat him out, getting rid of everybody because they know somebody is behind the 5 assassins that just showed up in town. Flag Face, Teeth Mouth guy. We got Cheshire, Slade, and there's another dude. I don't even remember his name, but there's 5 assassins in town, and they're there to do something. And Penguin is cleaning up to make sure he's not taken care of. And Enigma is hey, there's a war about to go on. Some weird things are going on, and you better get ready. And Penguin's yeah, well, he made the deal. Oswald, the designer, is coming to collect. And Penguin's he can try. So then we flip over, and the 5 are actually taken into custody, and they're put into this black vault. Commissioner Bullock, And it was cool because Batman is starting, because Alfred died, and he wants to now live up to something he promised Alfred a long time ago. Build the city up to this thing that he had dreamed about when he was a kid. Doing this city build and build it the way he always dreamed of it. And one of the things he's done is built this super black gate, black vault thing to hold criminals. Of course, only he and 2 people can enter together, or him. Him and Lucius are the only 2 that know how to get into the back end. What a secret door, but. You see this build because something's going on. Somebody's trying to steal his plans. Somebody's trying to pervert the plans. He's already starting to build. Then you got these 5 assassins show up. Now Catwoman's in the server room, standing over that dead body, they're fried. And they, they're talking. She's he's I can tell something's wrong. Are you okay? It's well, it's fine. We'll talk about it later. He's Selena, what's wrong? Why are you so nervous? And she's what are you reading? My pulse right now? That and the smell? No, I know you. There's something you're not saying. And she's watching somebody's head cooked from inside out isn't exactly what I had in mind this evening, that's all. Keep your head in the game, Batman. I mean, she literally saw a guy cook inside out, whatever that virus, whatever that thing, he's fried on the floor. I can understand some tension in there. I can understand her being I would be too. So, it's nice to see that little bit. It wasn't the sweetie talk. It was some serious, hey, I'm not, you need to keep your head in the game. I'm not going to, put my cares and fears on you right now, but I just watched a guy fry in front of me, and that's not very comfortable. I'm not very excited about it. That was cool. So we also see a nice interaction between Bullock and Batman. That was really, really cool. And then, of course, he disappears like normal, and Bullock's getting used to it. So Bullock's the commissioner because, the whole infection thing is taken out. The old Commissioner Gordon, so he's now one of the infected, so he's in chains somewhere with Batman and Superman, and so now Bullock has to take over. He goes, I'm only holding this spot, I'm not taking over this. I am not meant to. This is not the kind of thing I am. I'm not that kind of man. I'm not a leader. I am just I'm a bull, right? I'm there to do the job and get it done, and I like that. That's a good characterization of him. I like it. Then we see Batman. He comes in, and he's talking to Slade, and Slade's hey, I'm just taking my time to get out of here. Everything's cool. We'll get out of here at some point. And then he goes over to check a Cheshire, and he notices it's Clay. So they didn't even arrest the real Cheshire. I don't know if it's Clayface there, or it's just a model, or how they fooled the police. But he's actually, you see, he rips a little bit off. You can tell, obviously, she is not human. So he jumps back into his jet, and he takes off, and, Cheshire's on this motorcycle, and he's got great action sequence here. The art is very, very active. It's very cool. And then he's like, hey, we're about to shoot you out of the plane through a railgun on a slide. Now, he's like, some of the technicians were not sure that it would actually melt your brain shooting you out of a railgun. No, that's cool. I like that. So Batman gets shot out of a railgun, straight down the jet. He's on this roller slide, like sled thing with wheels, and he's sliding down the building, and he's using his rappel to slingshot around, and he's behind Cheshire. Again, all this action, and she's looking back at him, and he's finally getting on the ground, wobbling back and forth, and she flips up in the air, lands on top of him, bam, right in the chest, and she grabs it and go, bam, hits him in the face, right? And then she leans over and goes, your heart should stop any second now if you have any last words. He's like, brace yourself. And she looks around and goes, oh, blank, and hit by a Mack truck. It was great. Now, she's like, how did you? And he's like, I put a membrane in my suit, and it coated my face and sealed any poisons away from me. He knew who he was dealing with. When Batman knows who he was dealing with, he can actually handle the situation pretty well. He's got some preparedness. But, yeah, he was able to mitigate her poisons. But, again, why? What is the plan? Was she a decoy? Now she's kind of messed up, so whatever the plan was, she's out. But back in the Blackgate, Slade's out. Mask face, teeth guy, all of them are out of the prison cell, but they're inside the prison now. So is that exactly where they wanted to be? I don't know yet. But they are definitely out, and Batman is distracted over here with Cheshire and her and sitting in the middle of the street. And then you get this great shot of Penguin. He's got like a bandolier, guns, bullets, machine guns. He's got a bunch of stuff on his back guns because I'm afraid that gives me the advantage, right? And he's like looking at his computer screens, and he can see that they're breaking out. And he looks like he's ready for war. Now, so far, I'm really enjoying Batman again, and I love that. Batman 87 is a great read. James Tynion is doing a great job. I don't know what's going to happen. It's a mystery. There's a lot of things going on, and the action sequences are fantastic. And, even though they swap artists, which I'm not particularly happy about, the artist they put on it was really good, and the art was really good, and the action sequence and the movement and all that, the acting, fantastic. So, overall, great. I'd recommend. The one little thing, I wish they had just consistency. Stick with the same artist so we have a good team that we can follow. Other than that, fantastic book, man. I hope James Tynion keeps up with this and this level for a while. He is a really good writer right now, and especially on Batman. And I've seen Something Killed the Children, some other things, Justice League, that he's doing great stuff. So I definitely recommend. If you enjoyed this review, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time here in the Long Box.